Topus e Roshambo. Chega mais.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Brasilia, for having us. We've come a long way. We're very excited. We're from Canberra, Australia. It's the capital city, a planned city much like Brasilia here. The music we make is informed by where we live. So we want to share a little bit of that with you today.
My name is Frank Madrid. I'm a Canberra-based arts manager. I like to see my role more of a cultural broker between Australia and Latin America, and that's the work I've been doing for the last decade. This particular exchange with Scena Contemporanea and the centenary of Canberra is very meaningful to me because I felt that to celebrate 100 years of Canberra was really good and appropriate to find closer links with a city like Brasilia that is only 52 years old. So two cities that have recent history, two cities that are planned, so where architecture plays an important role in people's life. And to find that link between the two cities through people was ideal.
You sent messages in bottles that ended up lodged in bleached coral, and humanity was a deep fossil to be fossicked someday by a people other than us. While the traditional Aboriginal custodians.
Choosing the artists to participate in this exchange was fairly an easy task because I was looking for a language that was common to young Brazilians and young Canberrans, and I identified that things like electronica and hip-hop would talk to those audiences.
I'm Rowan, aka Roshambo. I'm one half of a musical duo called Diopus and Roshambo based in Canberra, Australia.
Turn up the lights, scatter the dark, 'cause we're looking to the future to shatter the past. Mistakes made now become what we choose to build. A better place and embrace what we choose to feel. Top.
I'm Ross, I'm Diopus, and I'm the other half of the group, and I'm in charge of the musical part of it.
You're not quite in charge. I usually take inspiration from what I see and hear around me, living here in Canberra. Also from the sound or the mood of the music that Ross creates.
Basically, I do a lot of sampling. I take different pieces of music to create my own sounds, influenced a lot by funk, soul, jazz, boogie and other sort of elements. We live in Canberra and we make our music here, and part of who we are and why we make our music the way we do is because of Canberra and the city, and I think it's a great spot to be because creatively you don't have as many distractions to take you away from what you want to do.
Canberra, capital city of Australia. Planned and developed from architects Walter and Marion Burley Griffin's winning blueprint entry to a 1912 international design competition. Construction began in 1913.
Modern methods were employed for constructing the most modern city in the world. Almost overnight, the landscape was changed. Parliament House dominates the federal capital city, which may now be regarded as the centre not only of government, but also of learning and of culture in Australia. Canberra, which is a euphonious Aboriginal name, has been designed by men who visualized a city of beauty and symmetry.
In 2013, Canberra's centenary year, a unique cultural exchange took place that saw a group of Canberra hip-hop artists travel to the world's other great planned capital city, Brasilia, the federal capital of Brazil.
Come find out.
Let's go to Brazil.
Inaugurated in 1960 and built from the contest-winning blueprints of urban planner Lucio Costa. This city was born from the long-held belief that the nation's capital should be moved from the heavily populated Rio de Janeiro to a more central location. Oscar Niemeyer was invited to be principal architect for Brasilia's many public buildings and government offices. Niemeyer's modernist creations gave Brasilia one of the most important architectural collections in the world and was chosen for a place on the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1987. Innovative and imaginative, Brasilia is a city with remarkable similarities to Canberra, both conceptually and aesthetically.
I'm very, very interested to see how cities that were born out of political decisions and where architecture has played such an important role, how creators operate in those environments, and what are the challenges and the opportunities that growing up in a planned city or performing as an artist in a planned city, how it's that different from living in a city that has, high density and millions of people.
Well, my name is Rafael, my nickname is Ops. I'm a DJ from Sistema Criolina, from the capital of Brazil, Brasilia.
My name is Thiago, people call me Pezão, this is my nickname, I'm also part of Sistema Criolina.
We work together for like 10 years now, so we've been producing a weekly party in the capital, producing festivals, we've been receiving artists from all around the world.
Brasilia is a 50 years old city, 53 years old. So everything in Brazil is still developing, but it's a place for opportunity. So new ideas, new references as we travel around, so we bring it back to Brasilia. It's a place made by people from the whole country. So many different cultures, so many Brazils inside Brazil, and all these Brazils are in Brasilia.
Eu acho que Brasília é lugar que, pela própria arquitetura, você tem muitos espaços vazios e muitos pontos de fuga. Também são espaços de criação, porque às vezes é muito difícil você criar em lugares que já estão com muitas informações. Talvez o desejo de criação precise dessa pausa, que na verdade é convite.
As a multicultural place, we have nice scenes for many kind of arts, not only music, but on theatre, on cinema, have nice festivals, nice groups. It's a place where friends get together and make something. I think everywhere should be like this. We are not like fighting for a space.
Eu brinco que, por ser uma cidade nova, é como se o concreto da cidade ainda estivesse muito fresco. Então, se você pisa com força e com vontade, você pode deixar a sua marca dentro da cidade. É muito bom você estar dentro de um espaço, de uma cidade, que você sabe que você está modificando e construindo essa cidade diariamente. Não que isso não aconteça nas outras cidades, isso acontece em qualquer cidade. Mas em Brasília, eu acho que você sente isso mais forte. São Paulo é a obra do homem. O Rio de Janeiro é a obra de Deus. Brasília é uma obra de arte.
So earlier in the year, Frank Madrid got in contact with us about having the opportunity to go and play in Brazil, and the first time we heard it, I thought, there's no way that this is going to happen. This would be like a dream come true.
We really had hoped at some stage in our career writing music together that we would have an opportunity to go perform overseas, and this year it came true for us.
Joining Diopis and Roshambo on their Brazilian adventure is Australian rapper, poet and acclaimed author Omar Musa.
How you feeling out there?
My name's Omar Musa, also known as OBM. I'm from Queanbeyan, New South Wales. Outside of Canberra, I'm here performing poetry, performing hip-hop music alongside Roshambo and Diopis.
So, I don't know if it's the same in Brazil, But in Australia, in America, in the UK, there's a lot of hip-hop music about bullshit. It's about the fucking cars people drive, how much money they got, their gold chains. I don't give a fuck about all that.
I've been interested a lot by how they've managed to develop a distinctive culture of their own out here. There are obviously a lot of passionate musicians and passionate poets as well, who I think undergo similar struggles to people in Canberra, like, you know, maybe not taken as seriously, sometimes feeling like it's a bit difficult to get stimuli in a place that's largely, you know, based around government services and whatnot.
I'm trying to make music that will change people's minds, that can change communities, that can change the fucking world, you understand? So this next song is about that, it's called Crush. We got one life to live, we need to crush to the front of it, let's go!
Frank Madrid, who was kind of the dynamo behind this whole thing, his idea was to take a particular angle on Australian music, which was hip-hop music. And bring some of that from Canberra over here to Brasilia, because I think that was a little bit to surprise people over here. Maybe in Brazil and in the rest of the world, people don't initially kind of link Australia and hip-hop together. Whereas, you know, of course, we know we've got a really thriving scene.
We show no more passion, selfish versus a no satisfaction. Been around the globe on the road I chose. Rose up, saw things and I just froze. Like life, death, ice.
Omar, Musa, and Dopus and Roshambo has found a unique language and a very unique approach to hip-hop and urban poetry. And I think that that will speak very much directly to Brazilians.
Cena Contemporanea is an international festival celebrating theatre, dance and music culture from around the globe. Held annually in the city of Brasilia since 1999 between August and September, it has grown to become one of the most important cultural events in Brazil.
It's incredible how this city just gets revitalized, full of energy, full of life, lots and lots of people in the square enjoying, you know, culture and art.
Over 2 weeks, a myriad of performances, activities and workshops take place across the city's many venues and public spaces. And as a great symbol of Brasilia and its contemporary architecture, the National Museum of the Republic and its spacious surrounds was elected to be the primary meeting point, hosting space and main stage for the International Music Showcase.
All the parties, all the good parties are here and they're for free, they're open air. We have VJs, DJs, bands. Anytime you get the chance to come to Brazil, Brasilia, for the Cena Contemporanea, you'll see we have a lot of love around. People are happy. People like to party, like to have fun, like to be involved.
Today is the guy behind everything that's happening here. He's the man. He's the guy who's invited us, and we're very thrilled to have you. Estamos muito contentes.
Eu, em português, estou muito feliz que eles estejam aqui. Acho que vai ser uma noite amanhã muito bonita. Não é o primeiro ano que a gente está começando a brincar de trocar artistas de uma cidade para outra, de um país para o outro. E eu acho que a tendência é crescer. Estou super feliz. Assim.
Eu acho que os encontros do Cena são assim fundamentais e extremamente importantes, porque eles possibilitam que os artistas saibam um pouco sobre a produção cultural. E os produtores locais também. Como a banda toca, como as coisas acontecem em outros lugares. E a partir do momento que o Cena Contemporânea traz essas pessoas, no próprio encontro já há trocas, já há uma construção de redes que geram outros trabalhos e outras propostas.
Prior to their debut performances at the festival, Omar, Dopus and Roshambo presented a hip-hop workshop to a group of local rappers and poets.
So I guess from this workshop, we're trying to exchange ideas with you and also we want to find out about Brazil.
Creative elements such as inspiration, process, lyrical delivery and flow, beat composition, production and sampling were discussed and shared.
Usually they say a 16-bar verse.
Take 3 words that you see here that ignite something in your brain, Just throw some words at me, words that inspire you, words that get your mind going. Because that's the idea of this poetry, it's bringing it from the page to the stage or the streets,
So he would loop this on one turntable, and then on the other side he'd play it again, start it again. Go to the other one, wind it back, play it again.
When no one speaks their name, our heroes die anonymous, our heroes die anonymous, and then use gunshot. Buried in a coffin in the streets of the metropolis.
From Australia, yeah, I came from there too. Doesn't matter, man, rapping for me and for you. All my people up in this workshop, rapping right now and we never ever ever stop.
Sabedoria pra separar o trigo do joio. Sou longo solitário, não ando em comboio. Eu ando sozinho, mas eu sei o meu caminho. Agora eu vou passar a bola pro meu irmãozinho.
Brazil, every time I do it like Neo in the Matrix, take 6, they wanna hate this, doesn't matter man, cause I bring it on the pavement, do it from the heaven to the basement.
Quebrada, dizer pra todo mundo que eu conheci os mano lá, Austrália. Não vão acreditar que eu conheci uns caras de boné pra trás, vinha lá da Oceania, outro continente, eu nunca achei que ia ver aqui, bem na minha frente.
I certainly feel very invigorated from the whole process.
He rapped in Portuguese.
I rapped in Portuguese.
No Brasil, muito alguma coisa, você fala inglês, não português, eu moro. No Brasil, como vai o boa tarde, até lá.
Eu aprendi um pouco sobre a cultura australiana, né? Mas eu acho que a gente tem que sair um pouco dessa visão de separar por cultura e conceber a gente como cidadão do mundo mesmo, os cosmopolitanos, cada um tem a aprender. Eu aprendi a cadenciar mais, questão do hip hop, cadenciar o ritmo, a poesia, de colocar tudo numa panela e dar uma receita nova. Então, saio daqui muito satisfeito e com novas ideias em mente.
It was great to be around all these different people from different backgrounds and get their input on why they write about things or what they're writing about, and just to see that there's so many similarities in the two cities and in the two different countries.
There's a feeling here.
Então, eu achei ótimo. Foi uma surpresa, assim, pra mim ter cantado meu primeiro rap. Foi muito bom porque, assim, eu sou poeta e quando você tem outras maneiras de você expressar sua poesia, é como se um universo novo abrisse.
Meeting a lot of young people who are sort of speaking their minds and speaking their minds through the medium of hip-hop and poetry and theatre and art, that's always exciting to me.
Esse intercâmbio feito não só com a Austrália, mas principalmente o intercâmbio feito com pessoas de Brasília, que não se conheciam. Então a oportunidade foi de conhecer gente daqui e a maioria estava com o mesmo pensamento, querendo saber mais sobre o slam. Foi uma oportunidade muito boa, estou bem feliz e vou começar a escrever os meus primeiros raps. É isso.
We're here at Cena Contemporânea, ready to play.
Yeah.
Go on stage.
I'm about to do some poems to a crowd who doesn't speak English, and then we're going to rock a hip-hop show.
It's going to be popping off.
I think they're going to be initially confused and then delightfully surprised.
Let's do it.
With any luck.
Brasilia, make some noise. Yes, I want to know you're alive. If you've seen what I've seen, then cousin, you'd be mortified. You cry lakes at the shit that they glorify. I've known enough killers and crims to know I don't want to be like them. I heard enough lies and I copped enough hidings to know that I don't want to be like him. Much love. Are you ready to hear some hip-hop music, Brasilia? Yes.
Forward. Poor man they cry, rich man they mess. Democracy.
We need your hands
Crazy
up right
demo.
now. Let's go to the sky. Yeah. Everybody get your butts up. What? Some people bleed for the club. To everybody's free on the block. Gotta bust up. OT on the clock, so the city gotta shut on the road and get the fuck up and fuck up.
We're here in Brasilia, we're having fun in this beautiful city. Beautiful weather, beautiful people. What could be better, right? Ready? This is really easy. Hands up. Left to right, no matter what you want. It's all around the beats, better make it song, but we get it on. That's the D.O. That's the D.O. That's that funk, feel the bomb. Left to right, no matter what you want. Inside around the beats, better make it stop, but we get it on. That's the D.O. That's the D.O. That's that funk beat. Rock, 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 there you go. Much love, Brasilia.
Thank you, Brasilia. Obrigado.
We didn't really know what to expect when we were going there. We thought, maybe we'll just be playing to like 100 people and no one will know us or know what's going to happen. But it was quite the opposite, really. Yeah. And it was a really receptive crowd. One of the best nights I've ever had, to be honest. The Sistema Criolina guys were playing there as well. And seeing them play really influenced the way that we want to write our music in the future. I think they had a lot of live elements and they took us to a bar where we DJed with them as well, and I think they've got a really good following in Brazil, so it was nice to get them back to Canberra and to reciprocate.
The second part of the exchange is quite exciting. Sistema Criolina are going to share their journey working and creating in a planned city. They are DJs, graphic artists, visual artists, and so we're going to be able to learn about what happens in Brasilia. Because just like in Canberra, their biggest cities, like in their case, Sao Paulo and Rio, always have something perhaps a little bit negative to say about Brasilia. And we have the same issue with Sydney and Melbourne. So it's very interesting to have so many similarities and a similar history, and see how artists operate and create in that environment.
Tonight we have this incredible celebration of music. Let's welcome them on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Brasilia, a sister city, Sistema Criolina.
Prepare yourself. It's time for straight night.
Diferença é a música.
We are touring in Australia with our band called Space Night Love Dance Laser. And as an exchange, we are also traveling all around the world, showing out the Brazilian music and its influences, this cross-reference between African, Latin and Brazilian music, bringing together with guys from the brass, the guitar player, bass player. We try to bring together rhythms like ska, like the Balkan beats, like samba. It's a danceful party music, so we try to bring world music together.
It's been awesome to come full circle from meeting the Criolina guys in Brasilia, performing at their event, them seeing us perform, to now them coming to Australia and us being able to see them out of their comfort zone, performing on an Australian stage.
We traded some music, we've talked about music and they've shown me some instruments and things that I never would have found before. So there's a really good opportunity for us to follow that up and to keep this relationship going.
I thought Canberra, what I saw here, everything is successful, the Planet City works, everything is well done, everything is beautiful, you have all the landscapes are beautiful. Brasilia is more about an utopia, you know, a city that was dreamed for be an example for Brazil, an example of architecture, of modern way of thinking, modern way of living. It is Brazil, it's a little bit chaotic.
Public transport doesn't exist.
Yeah.
The suburbs got really bigger than the city.
And what we see here is things working. So we like to come back with this impression. Well, this is like Brasilia that did right.
Yeah.
You know, this is like
happened.
How it was dreamed, how it was planned.
As a whole, the exchange and the joy that's brought on both sides of the globe has been a massive success, and we look forward to continuing that relationship with the Creolina guys in the future, I think.
Yeah, it's really been the catalyst for us to want to start writing some new music again back in Canberra, taking all the influences that we've seen over there and the good time that we had. It's actually made us want to start writing some new music together and really kick things back off for us.
Travel always helps you push things forward. You know, this is a crazy, huge world that we live in, and there are so many things that we can experience and that oftentimes we're not lucky enough to see or to get our hands on. And here I've been given this golden opportunity to check out music from a completely different culture, completely different continent, as well as poetry and the approaches to it.
This exchange happens at a very interesting time when Australia is looking at different markets around the world, and Latin America is very well positioned to be a partner because Latin America is changing altogether, and the role of the Council on Australia-Latin American Relations, which is part of the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, has been instrumental to make this possible. And also in Brazil, the support of the Brazilian authorities is also being instrumental to make it work. So it's a good start. So who knows what else is going to happen in the future.
We are Sistema Creolina from Brazil, and we hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
Brasilia,
we'll see you soon.
We're gonna come back.
Canberra. A girl was spelling her name on a fogged up school bus window when the musical note sounded. It was clarion and carried far. It flew over the heads of a squadron of youth heading to Tight Ass Tuesday at the Hyperdome. It riffled the hair of a couple sharing a first pash in Manuka Park. It sent Kingsley's packets and Alibaba wrappers across car parks. It sent galahs shrieking across the lacquered sky and cats loping high-shouldered over fence lines. It blew steam off a Luxor at Dixon Noodle House and startled a kid finishing up his key lines in Woden drains, who spelled out his soul, then pitched the can of iron lac paint as far as he could. A man heard it in line at the bank as he waited to send money back to his family in the village. And a poet heard it in a flat in Gungahlin as pen in hand. She tried to explain herself to herself. The note morphed and changed as it travelled. Sometimes it was distorted and ugly, yes, sometimes it was monotonous, but oftentimes it was very, very beautiful. And more importantly, it was always there. Because despite what they say, Canberra, like every city, has a soul, and like every soul is a shifting mirrored labyrinth of story and song. In Civic, late, I saw a woman running with heels in hand, and it looked like she was running from the note, as if from a bad breakup, running as swiftly as life would take her. But it's entirely possible she was running towards it, like the embrace of a lover.